Hi, today is Wednesday, June 17th. My name is Bob Davis, and I'm here in the sanctuary at First Presbyterian Church, Carson City, with our midweek announcements. As we begin this week, I just want to share with you something that I read devotionally, and it's from Psalm 142, and I think it may describe what some of us are feeling right now. And so, from Psalm 142, verses 1 through 5. As a deer longs for flowing streams, so my soul longs for you, O God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. When shall I come and behold the face of God? My tears have been my food day and night, while people say to me continually, "Where is your God?" These things I remember as I pour out my soul, how I went with the throng and led them in the procession to the house of God with glad shouts and songs of thanksgiving, a multitude keeping festival. Why are you cast down, O my soul? And why are you disquieted within me? Hope in God, for I shall again praise him, my help and my God. And the reason that spoke to me was because I do have the sense that people are longing to return here to the sanctuary. There's a yearning and a desire to be here. And it's something that we would like too, but we're still in the midst of this time and we're trying to make the best of it, and we're doing things via video. It is not the same. It really is not the same, and we know it's not the same. But for the time being, it is the best way to move forward. And yet there's that last verse, that verse 5. Why are you cast down, O my soul, and why are you disquieted within me? I have a feeling, a sense, and I'm hearing this. People are getting pandemic fatigue, and it's really wearing on them. And the response is what I want you to hear. Hope in God. Hope in God, for I shall again praise him, my help and my God. This pandemic will end at some point. It will be over. We will work our way through it, and we will be able to meet together again. So encourage yourself, exhort yourself, exhort one another to put our hope in God, because God is faithful through this pandemic that he is leading us. And we can trust in him and know that. So I just offer that as just a brief devotional and a word of encouragement for all of you. We are going to continue using video as our means of worship. We have opened up the recording sessions Wednesday night. The doors open at 5, and we begin taping roughly at about 5:30. And then Thursday afternoon, we open the doors at about 12:30, and we begin taping roughly at 1. And we started this last week, and I was really encouraged by the protocols that we put in place, that they really will be effective, and they will provide the measure of safety that we need to keep the social distancing and be good stewards of everybody who is coming to attend and be a part of that. And so we're going to continue doing that for the next couple of weeks as we prepare for a time when we will be able to gather on a Sunday morning. And the hope is that our volunteer team will be fully trained and ready to go, such that we will get everybody who is able to be in the sanctuary at that point, in a way that's not confusing, and in a way that we can have a worship service that is not filled with anxiety and wondering what's coming next and things like that. So I do want to give a word of thanks and a word of praise to all of our volunteers who have come in to be a part of trying to make this work. And because I really think we got to a place, even in 1 week's time, where we realized some things that we needed to modify. We modified them, and it works well. And so a special word of thanks to the volunteers, special word of thanks to Alan Jones for getting us a mister, which helps provide and disinfect. There's a viricide in it, and it's quick, it's easy, and effective. And so we are very, very encouraged that we're going to be able to provide a safe space in which to worship when we get to that place. We're going to review the plans for gathering in person on July 1st. We're going to just take a look at where we are at that point. We were grateful to see that the governor came on side along with us and decided that we ought to remain at roughly 50 people in the safe distancing through the end of June. Now, I say that somewhat facetiously, but I do want to make this point for you. I know that there are many of you who are out there who are hearing things in the media about our constitutional rights, and that's true and everything, but I need you to know that our constitutional rights as Americans is not what's driving our decision making regarding worship and the safety of worship and the shepherding of this flock here. We are looking to be prayerful and discern the mind of Christ for this congregation, and at this point, until we're at a place where we can come back together safely and comfortably, we're gonna persist with what we're doing. That said, when we do come back, we know that it's not going to be a situation where everybody is comfortable. So the session approved last night the investment in a more permanent and mounted kind of video system, and it's going to take a couple of weeks to put that together. But the idea will be that we will be able to live stream effectively and with quality at the point we're able to have live worship in here, so that people at home can be having the same experience through the video at the same time as the people who are here in the sanctuary. And like I said, it's going to take a couple weeks for the equipment to be in and for us to get it set up and practice with it a little bit, but it's coming, and so we're really encouraged by that. All told, we think that this is probably going to be about a $10,000 investment to get the material that we need for a quality production. We don't want to do something Mickey Mouse. We don't want something that you're going to turn on and it just buffers immediately and you're sitting there looking at a ball or something spin or something that says wait. We want to make it so that it is something that is a genuine experience that you can join in as best you're able where you are. So we're thinking it's going to be about a $10,000 expense. We're very encouraged because we already received an anonymous donation for $5,000 of that, and are really grateful because this is all unbudgeted. And so that's a great gift, and that leads me to two other things that I want to share with you today. First, I want you to know how grateful I am to serve a congregation where the people are so faithful, so generous, and live up to what they have promised to do. Giving has remained constant. We're financially, we're doing well. We have, obviously our expenses have gone way down, but our giving has not. And so we are really grateful for all of you being faithful to provide support and faithful to your giving to God and what the mission and the ministry of this church is. We have been able to sustain all of our mission giving to this point. And you got to know that missionaries in the field that we are supporting are incredibly grateful that we're able to do that and to maintain that. The other thing is that, what was the other thing? There were two things. What was the other thing? You've been very generous financially. We're in a good place. Second, that we are able and have been able to continue supporting our missionaries in the field fully. And that's an incredible testimony to the depth of faith that people have in this congregation. And so I'm really, really grateful. And I mean, when I think about it, it's just been a little over a year that I've been here, and to see how God has surrounded me with a people that are so joyous in their thanksgiving for the blessings God has given them is a tremendous thing. Finally, just in the line of mission support, I just want to say a word of thanks to those of you who went up to Zephyr Point this last week or two. I know that Grace and Bob Spiker went up, the Strohs went up, the Hancocks went up with their granddaughters. I'm showing you a couple pictures right now of work that they accomplished. I know that Zephyr was incredibly grateful for the work that you were doing, and in fact for the ongoing support this congregation has had for the ministries up there. We know that they are going to resume providing camps and conferences as they are allowed and able by law, and that the ministry of sharing the gospel in an incredible environment will be resuming and in full very soon. So we continue to pray for them, we continue to support them, and I just wanted to say a word of thanks to all of you who went up and did that. Friends, I'm going to ask you again today just to take that extra step to reach out, make contact with one another, to continue looking in after one another. And if you become aware of a need or something, please let us know. It's hard because it's quiet out there, and we don't know necessarily what's happening in your lives. So if you don't tell us, please don't assume that we know. So we are grateful for the opportunity to connect and encourage and support. So those are our midweek announcements. Take care, God bless, and we will see you Sunday.